your face, and the whole world is on your case. I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. And blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Seen nothing like me. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true.
Stand up.
Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love. Thank you. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret.
Good afternoon. Both families are delighted that you've come to serve as witnesses. Union of James Nicholas Gurley and Jessica Aaron Case. Your responsibilities as family and friends, besides serving as witnesses of these vows, is to support, encourage, and exhort them to remain faithful to these vows and promises that they're making before you today and before God. You agree to serve as witnesses today and faithful supporters of Nick and Jessica. Please be seated. God-ordained marriage is one of the building blocks of society for the very first. Nick, you'll be interested to know that when Adam saw Eve, he said, "This is now bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh." And that's in modern language means, wow. She's the one for me. I've seen you look at Jessica like that. You'll always need to see her like that, just like you see her today. With the same awe, wonder, anticipation. It's into this holy estate that Nick and Jessica have freely chosen to enter. Not knowing any just reason that these two should not be married, I ask, who gives this woman to be married to this man? Her mother. Father, it's at times like this that we slow down and remember how great your creation is in every way. All of nature sings the wonders of creation and points to the fact that there is a master designer. In your most glorious creation of mankind, we see a reflection of your heavenly character of love as it exists between a man and a woman. Thank you for your creation of marriage. Thank you for the joy and sense of completion that it brings to a couple. Father, I ask that you would bless the union of Nick and Jessica. Pray that their union will reflect your character, your image in every way. Pray this in the mighty name of Jesus. Nick and Jessica, in a moment, you'll pledge the most sacred vows that one person makes with another. As you stand before this group of loving, faithful supporters, I want to remind you that you're not only accountable to your precious mate, but also to God to faithfully fulfill your vows. In this wedding vow, you'll promise to honor your mate. The best way that I know how to do this is to place their well-being above your own. Romans 12, verse 10, it says that Paul encourages us to be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love and honor, giving preference to one another. The greatest example that I can think of that perfectly pictures how to honor another is found when Christ washed the disciples' feet. He was their teacher. They called him master. Yet there he was performing the servant's job, washing their dirty, dusty feet. Christ set aside his own interests, his own desires, so that he might honor them. And so doing, showed his disciples how they might honor and respect him. And it shows that for us. Nick and Jessica, when tough times come, they will come, remember this part of your vow and seek how you might honor the other. You will also promise to love and to cherish each other. Today, for two people such as yourselves, deeply in love with one another, this promise sounds so easy. You see, we sometimes think that love is an emotion that requires no effort. I mean, you fell in love. you think there's an old song that says, love will keep us together. And it will. It can. Yet a lifelong love requires that you learn how to cherish one another in your love. Nick, the Bible tells us that a husband must have a sacrificial love for his wife. Looking to Christ, again, for an example, we see that he willingly sacrificed his life for his bride, the church. So you see, Nick, your cherishing of Jessica will require that you be willing to suffer, that you be willing to sacrifice, so that her well-being is always at hand. You'll need to learn to think of her first, ahead of yourself. And in cherishing her in your love, you'll see she'll blossom into the life of best with confidence. Jessica, the Bible tells us that a wife cherishes her love for her husband by honoring him, showing him respect. This honoring and respecting is a great element of sacrificial love also. You see, as you respect Nick, you're willing to follow his decisions, you'll find that it cultivates a great desire in him to lavish you with his love by putting him in his own. The Bible calls this type of honor and respect submission. Jessica, this is not giving up of your personality or your passion. David told me that what he loves most is that you're a hard worker, you're competitive, and that you never, ever give up. You would never want that to be put aside. No, What this is a willing trust that allows me to do. As God directs, God's Lord. If you'll find that as Jessica respects you, it will create in you a great desire to value her insights, her thoughts, her suggestions, and her ideas. You'll find that you seek her advice above and before all others. Years ago, a preacher told me that anytime God whispers his directions, faithful words of a loving one. He said, don't worry. If you don't hear those directions, you might let her use it too much. I'm just telling you, it's much better if you listen to those whispers. I think it becomes pretty evident that a lifelong love will require that you both trust one another to treat the other as a rare and valuable treasure. I chose that word specifically because one must work hard to find a treasure. Treasures aren't to be found lying around us anywhere. You have to look hard to find a rare and valuable treasure. Nick and Jessica, your desire to have a lifelong love will not happen because you say these words today. It won't happen because you have really good intentions to cherish and love one. No, cherishing, loving one another, with the intention of creating an unbreakable, lifelong love requires that you work diligently to demonstrate your love with right actions. It will require a day-by-day commitment to do the little things as well as the big things that show your love for the other. This lifelong love will require that you lavish your mate with unconditional acceptance that turns a blind eye to their shortcomings. My prayer is that you will quickly realize that your focus can't be on landing that job and finding that perfect home. Rather, your focus should remain on becoming and remaining a husband and a wife that models a loving servant's heart for the other. Today, in the eyes of God and His witnesses, your vows declare that your mate now comes first. For yourself, for your parents, for your friends, your job, your hobby. Do this, you'll be fulfilling your vow of love and cherish with her. Find Nick and Jessica, these vows that you're about to make are binding in adversity as well as prosperity. Vows are to be broken only in death. The foundation of love that embodies these vows are found in the words of Jesus in John chapter 15. He said, greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. Your vows today require that you be willing to lay down your personal desires, personal passions, your ambitions and pride for the other. In the years to come, you'll find that this cherishing of one another more highly than you do yourself will grow a lifelong love that withstands all the trials, all the tribulations, and all the problems that life might throw at you. If you're prepared to make this type of total commitment to the other, then please face one another and join me. Nick, in taking Jessica to be your wife, you promise to honor, love, cherish her in sickness as in health, poverty as well as plenty, hardship as a blessing, till death belongs to her. Jessica, in taking Nick to be your husband, do you so promise to honor, love, and cherish him in sickness as in health, poverty as well as plenty, hardship as a blessing, till death belongs to her? Now seal your vows by the giving and receiving of rings. The unbroken circle of these rings symbolizes a union between husband and wife that can't be broken. They're to be worn as a constant reminder of your vow to honor, love, and cherish one another. And it will also serve as a symbol to others that your heart is freely given.
This is Nick, it has been roughly 3,500 days since we first told each other that we love each other in our middle school yearbooks. We've known each other since we were 12 years old. In the everyday routine of life, we have found a love so extraordinary. You are my true counterpart. I have found the one whom my soul loves. I pinky promise to wake up loving you more than when I went to sleep at night. I promise to respect you and to honor you, to be loyal and faithful to you, to laugh with you, grow with you, encourage and inspire you. I love you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you are yet.
Father, thank you for Nick and Jesse. Before you and these witnesses, they place their lifelong love for one another. Would you please lavish on them your power and your blessings to enable them to keep your vow? Father, would you empower us as witnesses of their vows today to be the encouragers that walk alongside them in their journey together. In Jesus' name. Nick, Jessica, having witnessed the pledging of your love and commitment to one another, having sealed your vows with the giving and the receiving of rings, it's my great pleasure to declare you husband and wife. Kiss your bride.
That's not.
It's my joy to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Nick Gurley.
Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You can't.
They'd like everybody to say they're going to have someone that will take up the candles and things. You won't have to worry about that. But if you would, just take your seat over to the table, and that will be how you can sit down and be comfortable. Okay?
Best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine?